All right, everyone. This is Bernie Uche here. I'm in a tech state of mind as per always, and welcome to episode 3 of The Tea. Our first story comes from MSN, and for those of you old enough to remember, MSN I think was partly owned by Microsoft. I don't think they own it anymore. We should check that out. But I picked the MSN because this is going to hit close to home. Okay, this story relates to the recent layoffs that Microsoft just did, and the headline is "Programmers bore the brunt of Microsoft's layoffs in its home state." Okay, its home state being Washington State. And this story is by Craig Hale, written on Monday, May 19th. So overall, right, 6,000 Microsofters, I don't know what the term is, but 6,000 people formerly at Microsoft were laid off. Now, these were not performance-based layoffs. These are redundancies as a result of inefficient management layers and general restructuring. These things tend to happen. Right? But also there's the added twist of AI, right? Where around a third of Microsoft's code is now written by AI. And as a result, quite a lot of people involved in programming lost their jobs. So the article says that 817 Microsoft software engineers lost their jobs in Washington State alone. So you can imagine that this wasn't just specifically targeted to Washington State. So a lot more programmers, a lot more software engineers lost their jobs. And you can probably tie a line to just the fact that AI is writing more code, right? So the article then says, it's now come to light that over 40% of the Washington layoffs were related to software engineering, with the company previously stating that the layoffs were part of a broader cost-cutting effort and a shift in investments into AI. So more AI, we can reduce headcount, save cost because machines can do the work of many, many people, and so on and so forth. So the article also makes an interesting statement saying, despite the clear and ongoing need for software engineers in an increasingly software-defined world, it has become apparent that Microsoft deemed appropriate to replace human workers with artificial intelligence. CEO Satya Nadella recently confirmed that AI now writes around 1/3 of some projects' code, with the recent layoffs raising concerns about AI's ethics on human workers and software developers. So, firstly, Microsoft is not the first company to do this, right? Google did this, Salesforce have done this, Workday has done this. Companies like Klarna have done this. IBM has laid off some people. And I don't want to pretend as if these are new, even in this era, right? Over the years, companies lay off people. Technology companies especially have done this over the years. This is really heightened for people because of AI. And because we believe that this could potentially happen even more and more and more. So people are kind of nervous. We talk about AI and we talk about its influence on the job market, and it is a tough job market right now. But where we need to focus our time and attention are the 6,000 people who have been laid off. I've seen posts from people who've been at Microsoft for 18 years. There's a gentleman whose name I forget who was apparently responsible for really improving TypeScript, right? And being essential to that. I've seen a lot of AI product managers lose their jobs based on their LinkedIn job descriptions. So there are efficiencies that these companies are finding, and it's having real human impact. And being laid off is not easy. It's a very difficult thing to deal with. People go through the gamut of emotions. Some people can accept it, sure, but some people go through a "what did I do wrong?" phase. They blame themselves. They think they weren't good enough. They think they didn't do a good job. It gnaws at their confidence and their self-esteem. And I'm, as someone who has been through a layoff once in their career, I went through the same thing. So I just want to say, I hear you. I understand what you're going through. And there are lots of other people who understand what you're going through. Um, it's cliche, but it's not about how you fall. It's about how you get back up. And while the job market might look tough, while all your dream companies might be laying people off and contracting in size, there is still a lot of opportunity out there. You've done good work. Lean into that good work that you've done. All right. Our second story comes to us from Engadget. Now, this story is absolutely everywhere because today is Google I/O. So Google is announcing a bunch of fun things, updates, new features, products that affect the entire Google ecosystem. It's their developer conference. All the fun things happen here. This is the show that you want to go to if you can. And the headline is Goodbye Project Starline, Hello Google Beam 3D Video Conferencing. Now, I first heard of Project Starline, I think a year and a half ago, when Marques Brownlee, MKBHD, did a video where he got a behind-the-scenes look at Project Starline. And Project Starline allows you to video conference, communicate with people who are far away in effectively 3D. You know, it's sort of like those sci-fi films where people are projected in 3D in front of you, but different. Google is now ready to turn that project into a product. And how do we know that? It's no longer called Project Starline. It's called Google Beam. And the article actually says that they're teaming up with HP. So it says here, we've learned that the company is teaming up with HP to bring a scaled down version of the product to enterprise clients. And they checked out an early version of the experiment for themselves. So this is really cool. And this is important for HP. HP has been trying to find its way over the last couple of years. And being the company that gets to bring Google Beam to market first is going to be game changing for them. We'll see how it really pushes their trajectory. We'll see how it really helps them, and if it helps them get their lick back, so to say. But this seems like a big deal to me. The article goes on to say that powering the visuals are a state-of-the-art AI volumetric video model. Some juice via Google Cloud. Remember, guys, I say this all the time. The cloud powers everything now. So learn about the cloud where you can. And the light field display from before. All told, it makes the calls appear fully 3D from any perspective. There are 6 cameras built into the Beam system to capture you from various angles, and the system uses AI to merge the streams and render you and your caller on the light field display. So this seems amazing and crazy to me. I only wonder, right, if this is really going to pick up. If we really feel as human beings that we need to see people, say, on the other side of the world in 3D, in a business sense. Do we really need it? I'm curious to see if we do. It's very cool to me, but my only question is, do we really need it? This next article is from The Guardian, and it's about Google unveiling AI mode at I/O. Let's get into this a little bit, because Google, I think, was feeling the heat from OpenAI. And a lot of people felt that the future of search was AI. I know a lot of people who tell me that they use ChatGPT to search the internet more so than they use Google now, which in many ways seemed crazy to me. I still don't do that, but I kind of use Google like ChatGPT sometimes now. So AI mode, I think, is going to be the future of search, and it's a welcome change in many ways. But let's see what they say here. So the next phase, outlined at Google's annual developers conference, includes releasing a new AI mode option in the United States. Come on, I don't get it in Canada. Great. The company says the feature will make interacting with its search engine more like having a conversation with an expert capable of answering a wide array of questions. Yep, sounds like what we want AI to do. If you've used Google search recently, you're going to put in a search and you're going to get an AI overview before you get your results. And they're saying that about 1.5 billion people now regularly engage with AI overviews. And this is really informing their strategy. And Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google, says, what all this progress means is that we're in a new phase of the AI platform shift, where decades of research are now becoming reality for people all over the world. Now, they're basically saying that everything that they've done to this point leads them here to AI search, where you don't interact with a search engine that just catalogs information and displays it based on a set of rules. It's now artificial intelligence at the core that gives you the results that you're actually looking for. And Bright Edge did some research that's quoted in the article that says click-through rates from Google search results have declined by nearly 30% during the past year. Bright Edge attributed that decrease to people becoming increasingly satisfied with AI overviews. So again, these AI overviews really are the driving factor here. In order for Google to really lean in here, they've got to be confident that the information being displayed at users is as accurate as possible, because that's what our expectation is. That hallucinations are at a complete minimum, and that misinformation will not be directed at you as a user. They believe that they are. Let's see what happens. But they also means they're acknowledging, as I mentioned, the pressure from competitors like ChatGPT and Perplexity. Perplexity, who you might remember, are very interested in purchasing Chrome, depending on what United States, I think Fair Trade Commission, push for with that court case. Oh, and OpenAI is open to buying Chrome as well. So this could have some interesting effects. Those are our top 3 stories. That's been the tea. Thank you for joining me. If you like this video, please leave a like. Leave me a comment if you have any interesting perspectives on anything that you've heard so far. And if you don't want to miss a video, which I hope you don't, please subscribe, because I have these coming out every week, and we'll start doing some interviews and get you some of those explainer videos as well. So thanks for checking out the tea. Talk to you soon. Peace.
They wanna dunk on us in a pair of Nikes, take our microphones and make us disappear. But you can never mess with our careers, cause we bring y'all the records of the year.